Garrett here from Prehab Fitness and Performance, coming to you today with hip mobility. It's a perfect way to have your hips and lower back feeling better. Take these 10 minutes, listen up for the cues that I give, and let's get rolling. First exercise we're gonna do, child's pose lat stretch. Perfect way to loosen up that lower back and even to loosen up these lats. What we'll do right here, I want you to rock back with your hips towards your heels. As you do that, start to bring your belly button up and in towards your spine. Rock back just as far as you can, especially with those knees. Take one arm, cross it over the other, and then just relax right here. Taking deep breaths in, we're gonna hold for a minute. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Should be really starting to release out the low back and even underneath these lats, so the armpits all the way down to that lower back. The more that you relax and breathe into those positions, the better your outcomes. We're about halfway through right here. Take a few more breaths and then we will switch. This is also a great way to improve your overhead mobility, your shoulder health and flexibility too. Great exercise. All at once, we have 15 seconds remaining. Get long through the spine, big side bend. 3, 2, 1. Let's do the same thing to the opposite side. 3, 2, 1. I want you guys to drag your belly button up and in toward your spine, and then side bend up and over, reaching that outside hand, and then breathe. Four, 3, 2, 1. Guys, great job with those. All right, we're gonna next go into your lizard stretch. This will be your first exercise in hip mobility. I'll show you from a side view. Hands will be down, we'll be on all fours to begin. We'll bring one leg to the outside of those hands. If you're not able to do this, elevate those arms up on a chair or a surface and try to just wiggle that leg up just a little bit to where you can. Again, the objective is to move that foot to the outside of those hands right here. Okay, what we'll do is kind of hunt in this position, kind of rock back and forth a little bit, and then improve this hip mobility by moving this knee out and back in as you do it. All right, we're gonna hold for 40 seconds each side in 3, 2, 1. So again, from that side view, we're stretching out not only these hips right here, but as you drop that elbow, the inner elbow down to the ankle, it can absolutely help you open up your inner thighs here. So if you're a little tight through your inner thighs, try this, all right, with this lizard stretch. If you're tight through the low back and hip flexors too, I want you to, the back leg, I want you to squeeze that glute very slightly, maybe a 3 out of 10. And see that stretch coming to the front side of the hip. Again, this one's gonna help improve your hip mobility. We'll hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Doing the same thing to the other side. Leg to the outside of the hand. Starting to reach that elbow down. And then just breathe right here. 40 seconds. Guys are looking great. Glute squeeze in the back, dropping the elbow down just to where you can. Perfect for us. 20 seconds down, 20 seconds remain. And we'll move on from here. Take 2 more deep breaths in. So coming out, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna go into your next stretch. This one's going to be your figure 4. We're gonna include it as a little bit of a rocker. So you're gonna lay on your back. Find a space to lay on your back for me. We're gonna cross one ankle over that knee. Take a look. One foot's gonna be on the floor too. I want you to hug this knee towards your opposite shoulder. Just like this. What you can do from here is you can kind of rock back and forth with that opposite leg, okay? Finding a stretch in the backside of your glutes or of your butt. This one's gonna help you improve that hip mobility by being able to push that femur back into the socket, creating space for that hip to open up, enabling you to squat or hinge maybe a little bit deeper or a little bit more pain-free too. Again, hugging the knee to the opposite shoulder. You can rock back and forth if you'd like, or just hold it right there. Got about 10 more seconds, and then we will switch your legs. One side might be a little bit harder than the other. Let's try here in 3, 2, 1. Same thing, opposite side. Cross one leg over, hug it towards your opposite shoulder, and then feel free to rock back and forth with it. Good, just like that. If you're feeling any pinching in the front of that hip right here, I want you to try to flatten out your low back down to that floor, and then see how it goes. Again, we might feel a little bit tight through one side. Flatten out your low back, tucking your tailbone very slightly under, and then trying it from here. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. We'll move on back to some spine and lower back mobility. Hands are gonna go on the floor right here. We're gonna work into your cat-cow. Start by initially starting through your belly button. I want you to think about bringing your belly button up to the ceiling, tucking your tailbone slightly, creating more rounding through the back right there, and then dropping down low, releasing the belly button, bringing the chest up, the eyes up, and the hands down. We're gonna go for 40 seconds here in 3, 2, 1. This kind of motion. Belly button up and in, tucking the tailbone slightly. And then exhaling or inhaling coming out. It's gonna be up to you which way you decide to breathe through this one. I like to inhale as I go up. Bring more air into the upper and mid back. And then dropping down, exhaling. You can go a little bit faster than me if you'd like, but if you need a little bit more time, feel free to hang out for another 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. From that same position, you'll move into the next mobility exercise. This one is going to be a hip circle, all right? So this one, just to help you prime up those hips, I want you to visualize a tennis ball right behind the back of your knee. Can you squeeze that tennis ball with your hamstring and your calf as you bring it into a big circle with that knee, going up and over here in 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go 30 seconds, back, out, and over right here. I want you to visualize like you have a glass of water on your low back that you're not trying to drop. Be patient with it, be controlled. This is gonna even out those hips and have a little bit more hip mobility. All right, this one's a short one, so we're gonna switch legs here in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch. Same thing to the opposite side. Visualize that tennis ball right behind your knee. Squeeze it, glass of water on your low back, balance, and going forward. Be patient and big circles, as big as you can. without compromising through the low back. And if you're doing it wrong, it'll kind of look like this, where we're relaxing through those abs. Be in that tabletop. Straight line from the back of your head down to your hips. Three, two, and one. Awesome job. That completes the circuit. We're gonna go through that one more time, all the way from the top down. So beginning with our child's pose lat stretch, we're gonna draw the belly button up and in, rock the hips back to your heels, cross one arm over, and breathe for 1 minute. Here in 3, 2, and 1. Again, belly button up and in, kind of like that cat-cow that we did, and just breathe. Just a side bend here. Deep breath in. Exhale out. We're gonna go ahead and switch arms, switch sides here in 3, 2, 1. Same thing, same position. Small tailbone tuck. Big reach over. Try to find that lower back being stretched. Guys are looking great right here. Again, keep that side bend. Big stretch from the top of the hand down underneath those lats and even that low back. If you want to look up and underneath your armpit, feel free to do so. Seeing how that one feels. We're going to switch into the next stretch right here, next mobility exercise. This one's going to be your lizard stretch. Here in 3, 2, and 1. Your lizard stretch, hands to the inside of it. We're gonna bring your foot to the outside right here, and then try to drop your elbow down to the inside ankle, holding for 40 seconds. Again, if you're not able to, just hold in this position. You can rock outside, inside with the knee, or forward and back if you would like. That you take better. If you want to modify this one up, bring the back knee up and off the ground, squeeze that glute, find it here. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to switch legs, do the same thing on the opposite side. Here in 3, 2, push one of my knees slightly further forward. Squeeze the back glute very slightly. 3 out of 10 will work. If you want to modify it up, bring that back knee up and off that ground while keeping that glute squeezed. That's what's going to give you that front of the hip flexibility and even some mobility right here. 2, and 1. Excellent job so far. Guys, we're moving into that same figure 4 stretch right here. One leg up and over. Now, we've been hugging that knee to your opposite shoulder. Feel free to do that for these 40 seconds, or what you can do to modify it up just a little bit more, you're gonna go ahead and grab underside of the opposite leg, bring it back towards your chest. Right here. This one's gonna be your figure 4. Again, we're bringing that knee back to the chest. You can Hug the knee or the hamstring here in 3, 2, and 1. Hold for about 40 seconds or 5 breaths. Good, switch. Same thing, opposite side. And if you're feeling any pinching in this hip right here, start to tuck that tailbone under just a little bit more. Get your lower back fairly flat, and then try. If that one doesn't help, just limit that range of motion a little bit lower. Let's hold for 2 more. Moving on here in 3, 2, and 1. We'll move into your cat-cow again. Your cat-cow stretch will be on all fours. We'll be going into flexion and extension of that spine, coming up, slowly coming back down here in 3, 2, and 1. We're going for 40 seconds here, dragging the belly button up and in towards the ceiling, towards your spine, dropping it down low, letting the chest come up, eyes come up, stretching out the front side of your body. Coming up, stretching out the back side, coming down, stretching out the front side. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. We'll move into your last one, your hip circles. Hands will be still on the floor. From here, squeeze that tennis ball behind that knee. Now, instead of going forward with it, or our back leg was coming back first, then out and over, this time we're gonna go out, back, and around, okay? So out first, and this is a reverse pattern right here. We're gonna go for 30 seconds each side in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Outside, taking it slowly, squeezing that imaginary tennis ball right behind your knee. Big circle over. Back. Three, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Squeeze that tennis ball, flatten out that spine. Out first, back second, and then around third. Three, 2, and 1. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. Today's hip mobility and lower back mobility and flexibility too. This is a great circuit to have you guys do on even a daily basis. If you guys want to come back to this video, save this link, or even put a comment and drop a like too. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. More videos coming out on the daily and even the weekly too. I will see you guys back here soon.